Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how to create a rubric using the new Enhanced Rubrics tool. Starting in your course, click the Rubrics button in the course navigation. This is where we will find the new Rubrics Management page. To create a new rubric, click Create New Rubric. Start off by giving the rubric a name. And then determine if you would like your rating order to be set from high to low or low to high. To begin building your criteria, click the Draft New Criterion button. Enter the name of your criterion, and then enter a description. If we would like, we can choose to enable a range for this criterion. For now, we'll leave this disabled. Next, we can determine how many ratings there will be for this criterion and delete any that are unnecessary. We can also determine how many points we would like this criterion to be worth. When you determine the amount of points you would like the criterion to be worth, set the top rating to be that number. Next, we can change the rating name and then provide a rating description. When we're finished with that criterion, click Save Criterion. To create a second criterion, we can do so using the same method we used to create the first one, or we can use the first criterion as a template and duplicate it. If we choose to create a criterion through this way, we can just change the name, description, and the rating descriptions and names. When we're ready, click Save. If at any point we need to edit a criterion, you can do so by clicking the pencil icon. If we need to delete a criterion, you can do so by clicking the trash can icon. To see more details about a criterion, you can click where it says Rating Scale and see the ratings. Additionally, Enhanced Rubrics allows you to create criterion based on outcomes. Click Create from Outcome. If you have no outcomes, you can click to create one. If you need to create an outcome, make sure you save your rubric or save it as a draft before you move on to creating the outcome. You can do so by going to the bottom of the page and clicking Save as Draft or Save Rubric. Once we have created our outcomes, we can click Create from Outcome again, and then choose the correct outcome. Click Import, and we now have our rating based on an outcome. It's important to note that if you create a rating based on an outcome, you will not be able to change that rating within the rubric. You will have to go to the Outcomes section of Canvas and make the change there. If we want to see what a rubric will look like when it's finished, we can use the Preview Rubric button. We can also see this rubric using a variety of different viewpoints. There's the traditional view, the horizontal view, and the vertical view. When we're satisfied with our rubric, click Save Rubric. If at any point we ever need to make more changes to our rubric, we can click the More Options button and click Edit. Additionally, we have the option to archive a rubric by clicking the Archive button, or delete a rubric using the Delete button. If we go to the top of the Rubrics management page, we can search for a rubric using the search bar. We can also sort our rubrics through a variety of means, including rubric name, total points, criterion, and the location used. If we ever need to unarchive a rubric that has been archived, we can click the Archive tab, find the rubric, and then under Actions, click Unarchive. When we move back to the Saved section, we will see that rubric is no longer archived. If you would like to download a rubric, you can do so by clicking the checkbox to the left of the rubric and then click Download Selected Rubric. This will create a CSV file with your rubric in it. Additionally, we now have the option of importing a rubric. To import a rubric, click Import Rubric, and then drag or click to upload the correct file to import. Once the rubric is imported, you will get a notification saying that the rubric has been successfully imported. If we scroll to the bottom, we will find our imported rubric. We can open it and verify that everything is correct before clicking Save. It's important to note that if you base criteria off of course outcomes, they will no longer be attached to the actual course outcome section of Canvas. It's worth noting that if you're importing a rubric, you need to do so using the Canvas rubric template. If you would like to create a rubric from scratch outside of Canvas, you can download the template and create your rubric based on this template. With the new Rubrics management page, we can now quickly and easily see where rubrics are being used. Under Location Used, click Courses and Assignments, and you will be able to see exactly where that rubric is being used. Something else worth noting is that if a rubric is currently being used on an assignment that has been graded, you will no longer be able to edit that rubric. Thank you and have a great day.